it real big, real big, real big. I know what my real niggas feel is.
To another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver podcast. We back again last week. The Corey Long interview turned out good. I appreciate it. It was probably first time I had a guest in a long time, so the views was great. But it's been 87 days. Like I said, I don't want to go without mentioning it. Like I said, if it was anybody else, it would have got plenty recognition. But I want to just say, free Brittany Griner. She been over there for 87 days for something small over here, big over there. But I still want to continue to shed light on that. And also, it is commitment time, so I want to say congratulations to Paul McMillan committing to NJIT. I want to say congratulations to, I said that once before, Ray Vaughn committing to UC. Congratulations to Bowen, Ohio State. Congratulations to Jaden Jefferson of Western Hills. He committed to Notre Dame College. Robbie Cass, Notre Dame College also. And I'm missing somebody. I'm missing West Virginia State, Boubacar. Anybody I didn't miss, my bad. But it's commitment time. But we got a special guest in the building with us today. Been watching him play for a long time. Been eager to get him in for a while, but without further ado, we got Devin. We got Devin in the building with us. Devin, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
Man, how you been? How was the season? How's it wrapping up? How's it going for you?
Oh, it's going well, bro. I actually had to come home. I got bruised up a little bit, so I had to come home and recover and get right. So, but other than that, everything's been good with me, man. On the journey, getting better, you know.
What happened? You got injured?
Yeah, I had a calf strain. So, sometimes you get a hit and miss overseas, with European ball. So I just had to come home, take things into my own matter, get the right treatment. But everything's good now. I'm back training, getting back into my flow.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. I think you got a real interesting story. We're going to get into it. But the first time I seen you play, you had 18 points and 22 rebounds. And I thought from the first time I seen you, I said you super duper underrated for the team you played for and for the guys you had around you. And I just always wanted to know, rebounding is one of your strong suits. Do you think it's a method to rebound? I mean, we know that you like 6'9", built like an ox, but do you think it's a method to it, or do you think, what's your outlook on just rebounding being the fact that, it was the beginning, then, that was something that always geared your game upward?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was just, when you play basketball, you can impact the game in so many different ways, but the most important part is having, a skill that you really, really dominant at. And, at one point in my career when I was first coming up, I couldn't really shoot or make a layup. So one of my things was I'm gonna just work harder than anybody on the court, having a high motor, and I'm gonna just rebound the ball. So I think it was just more, my niche, my skill. So, I think it is a skill of mine, and it's something that can be learned, but it's something that's I don't know if I can teach it. It's just a feeling.
What got you into basketball? What made you say, all right, this the path I'm gonna take?
So I was playing football, and I used to always be down at our neighborhood park early game, football Saturdays and stuff like that. And one of my guys, dad asked me did I want to play. I was like, man, I don't know nothing about AAU. You got to ask my mom. And my mom was cool with it. And I just fell in love with traveling and going to all these different cities and playing against all these different guys. So, and I didn't really like football, man. I'm kind of soft. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't really like football, all that cold stuff and bear crawls. That wasn't for me. So I just when I got on that traveling and playing in all these different tournaments and seeing the incentives and playing in front of all these coaches, it was a no-brainer. This is what I want to do.
Hey, Dad, let me ask you a question, man, because, I grew up in them same neighborhood parks you're talking about. So I remember at one point we used to play every Saturday. We play every Saturday morning, right? And I remember Devin not getting picked up ever, bro, because he was terrible. He was terrible. He was one of the bigger kids, but he was terrible.
Yeah, facts.
And then I remember going into your the summer before your 9th grade year, you came up to Hughes, and it's about 6'5", 6'6", maybe. Mm-hmm. And I remember everybody asking you to dunk, and you couldn't dunk, and people laughing at you, clowning you, and stuff like that. So how motivated was you to become the best you could be at basketball, knowing that you started kind of late and you didn't have much skill growing up?
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's more instilled in me than like, you know, like it's more instilled in me than like it was. It's like in everything that I do. I thought it was just something that I'm just passionate about, but it's like whatever field or whatever skill I want to do, I just want to be the best at it, and like it just carried over. I don't really know. I never even looked at it as like, you know, at the time, because I was young, so it's hard to say, man. I don't even remember. To be honest, I've been through so much, me growing up, I don't even remember a lot of my high school days and stuff like that. I just knew that my safe place was the gym. So I just stayed in the gym, but I didn't like know that I was getting better because I was in the gym. It was just like, this is my safe place.
Release for
you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no troubles, I ain't got no worries. I can just do what I do. And it just kept getting better and better. And then I actually did grow, so that made it, you know, even better. But, you know, I got to give, like, props to some of my coaches that I had earlier, you know, like the Cincinnati Lakers, the Cincinnati Knights, you know, coming up playing with them, you know, Coach Ricardo, that's over at Warner Hills right now, Ricardo Hill, like, he was like a big guy that was like, you got to work, you got to work, you got to work. So that kind of, like, you know, helped me just know I had to, like, work. Like, you got to work, and that pushed me. I don't know, man. I just, you know, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. It's inside of me more than, like, somebody trying to tell me I'm underrated or I ain't, you know, the standard. It's like, you know, you got to think the game, too. You know, it ain't just about jumping and shooting the ball. Like, you know, I understand, like, X's and O's. I understand how to put myself in positions to score or put myself in position to help the team win. But to answer your question, bro, I just, like, stayed in the gym, bro, and, you know, it ended up working out the way it did because I was in there so much.
What still keep you motivated?
Now, man, I got new motivations now. I got new goals. You know, I got a nephew. You know, I'm looking to get back out here and you know, start some businesses and stuff like that, and starting a family of my own at some point. So, you know, just being great, bro. You know, in my space, and you know, going hard at it. I don't know, man. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot that motivate me. But for the most part, man, I know I'm gonna be in spaces that I want to be soon. So it's just like, just keep working, and, you know, allow all the hate, allow all the, you know, naysayers to motivate me. That's what motivates me, my naysayers. You know, I motivate myself, you know, because I accomplished a lot of goals that I want to accomplish, so I got to set new ones. And my nephew, my mom, you know, I got a brother that's been locked up for a while. So, you know, it's really family, and, you know, putting, you know, my moves together that I want to do for myself as I get older.
Yeah, how if you had to give advice to somebody from the inner city or, you know, from the hood, you know, that's going through a lot, and they want to be a basketball player, or they want to, not even basketball, they want to be a professional in something, you know, whether sports, life, business, whatever, and they in a rough spot, they in the hood, you know, moms might not have the money to make ends meet, dad might not be able to support them either, stuff like that. So, like, I mean, you've been through a lot, you got a lot of distractions. What advice would you give a kid in that same situation if they wanted to be great?
Sure, bro. You gotta sacrifice and do whatever it takes. It was times where I was walking from Cumminsville to Winton Terrace to go play basketball, or, you know, I'd be riding my bike up to Cincinnati State, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta find a way. Like, if you can't get to the court, you know, watch basketball. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get to the gym, do push-ups, like do sit-ups, do something, you know, that has purpose and meaning behind it, and it usually align you towards, you know, what you say you want to do, you know, and that applies with anything. You ain't just got to be a basketball player, a football player, you know, even being a coach. You say you want to be a coach, you know what I'm saying? How do you align yourself with being a coach, you know? And you just got to work, man. You just got to work, you know, do whatever you can with what you got. And if you really want it, bro, you're going to find any type of way, shape, or form to put yourself in that space. So, I mean, the only encouragement I can give is like, you know, shit, work. Like, you know,
work in.
I sit in the house, was doing push-ups and sit-ups outside, jumping rope in front of my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, running sprints on the block.
Yeah. Yeah, let me ask you a personal question.
Right.
All right? You know I know you.
Right.
You know I know you. With all the things that you went through at a young age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your brother being locked up, the other brother being murdered.
Yeah.
Why didn't you quit? Why didn't you quit? When you had every reason to, as a normal person, the stuff that you was the youngest.
Yeah.
You had to be the man of the house at a super young age.
Right.
While I still was in high school.
Right. I mean, I think I was numb to it, bro. At the time, you know, you don't really understand how impactful it is. It was more impactful because I was still young, and I wanted to be a kid. So it was like I know things was happening, but I wasn't my mom or my dad. It was affecting my mom and my dad more than it was affecting me at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know, like I always say that with me being the youngest was a blessing because I got to see two different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we know growing up in the environment that we in is only two different ways. If you ain't got your head on straight, you're going to die or you're going to be in jail.
Yeah.
And for my brothers to take that road and sacrifice the way they did, it was easy. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, because that's why I don't want to do that. And I mean, bro, like, I think it's more instilled in me, bro. Like, you know, you sit back and, you know, now I'm older and I sit back and I see how impactful it is. And it's like, bro, it's a spirit that drives me. Like, it's something bigger than me that, you know, drives me. And I didn't understand that younger, but it's always been pushing me towards what I do now to provide for my family. So I didn't really have no choice, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't stop. You stop evolving.
Yeah, and I remember that he wanted us to come to that first basketball game after he died, and I remember you caught the alley-oop, you pointed to the hood and that was great. That was good, man.
Speaking of those times, y'all had a great team. When you was when you was in Orange and Black over there at Withrow. What do you think the roadblock was from y'all getting up the road? Because everybody, the buzz around the city was, this team about to go up there. They going up there. They got all these athletes, these people that can get up and down, right bigs, right guards. What you think the roadblock was from y'all even making that run?
I mean, it was like a big character team. Like, you had a lot of big characters.
Egos.
Yeah, I see you say egos, but I just say characters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that when you play professional now. Like, you're not the best. Not I mean, just depending on the position, but you usually not just the only best player on the team. So we was young, bro. You know, we was in high school. We was feeling ourselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had Tyrone Jabert that was, you know, we had everybody was high major D1, you know, scholarship. So I just think, man, like, we didn't really have enough time with each other. You know, it was put together what was my sophomore, junior year. AT was on his way out. A lot of guys was on their way out. And I think that's the difference, like, the teams around the state, like Moeller's and LaSalle's, I know it's different teams now that's on top, like Centerville or something like that.
Right now.
But them teams, they start from freshmen, and then they be working, and they grow together, so it'd be like a little bit more
Probably
organic.
younger than that. You know, some of them Catholic schools, like Moeller, they got the
little
Catholic
leagues and
leagues
stuff
and
on
kids
there.
playing. Kids know they gonna be a screener their whole life when they in third grade.
Right.
That's the same thing.
I think we just behind on basketball too. Like, bro, like I got a chance to watch a little high school basketball, and it's like it's just so slow, bro. And you can hold the ball.
Do you think we need a shot clock?
Yeah, we need a shot clock, bro. Like, it gives the offense. Like, how long can you really play defense, bro? Right. I used to like the more and more I think of it, like, bro, there's only so much time that you could play defense. It's like if you're gonna play defense for a minute or whatever the shot clock is, the shot should be up and we should be going the other way. It's like these teams just moving the ball all day. You're gonna make an error. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna seem like they did good, but they didn't because you had the ball so long.
That's true.
It's like you get, you know what I'm saying? So
it's almost like they teaching, they plan to win the game and not teaching to develop the whole kid. You know, and sometimes it works out. You got kids that go to schools that teams hold the ball and they end up being NBA players. I won't say the school name, but you know, you see that happening sometimes.
We know who that is. You know what I hate today? It'd be a lot of kids that say, man, I'm going prep, but then end up at a school like Mississippi Valley State University or Southern. Just somewhere out of the country. What do you, being the fact that you took that prep and you didn't go to no, you went to one of the ones. So can we let's talk about the pros and the cons of making that move and what made you make that move? Like what went into that decision to say, okay, I'm going to take my talents here and this is what I want to do. Let's say the pros and the cons to that, because most kids say they want to take that prep move, but don't know. That's like you going to college to a certain degree.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it just happened to be timing with me. Like everything was ended up just being timing. Like that was around the time my brother had passed, so like I just started slipping a little bit, and I felt it. Like I just, stuff like that just affect you, and I felt like I didn't want to go to school, like little stuff like that, and I was damn near already like done with school, but I felt myself just like slipping backwards. And when the opportunity came up, Lalamere from Indiana reached out to me first. I never even thought about going prep, but when Lalamere from Indiana reached out, I was like, dang, prep school. I ain't never even thought about that, because I still is, but I was the best big man in the state of Ohio, so it wasn't much more I can do. I needed to play these guys nationally to match up with them, and it was just time, and then it made sense. So, I've been blessed, bro. Especially early for people to actually put me in positions to win. So I went down there, and I knew I needed to get ready for college too. Yeah. So, one of the pros of going prep, it is going, especially when it's a great, organization and the prep school taking care of whatever prep school, how it should be formatted, it's going to get you ready for college. The only con would be is that you're going to have to, grow up. You got to grow up. Like, it ain't nobody going to be washing your clothes. You know what I'm saying? You might not be, eating how you want to eat, because it ain't nobody cooking for you. You know what I'm saying? You get the real feel for being an adult early before you go to school. But I don't think there's no cons of going to prep school. I think the most important part is just having people around you to give you the right, direction. Because that's what it comes down to,
I got a prep school question for you, man. We was talking about this earlier. All right, outside of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Who was the best player you played with down there? Is it Mount Verde or Mount Verde? How you say it?
Mount Verde.
And who was the best player you played with down there at Mount Verde?
Because you played with some people: D'Angelo Russell, Ben Simmons, Casey Hill, Dakari Johnson.
I told him who that dude was. I want to see what you gonna say though. I told him who that dude was.
So who do you think was the best player you played with?
You talking about on my team?
Yeah, on your team.
The best.
Outside of yourself, bro.
Right. But I don't know, bro. I think we were so talented. Everybody was talented though. Like you couldn't even say nobody was better than nobody. It was like we all had
Damn, give me the real. Who was them people talking about, bro? Who was them people talking about?
Ben Simmons?
Nah, he wouldn't even remember. He came late.
He came late.
I'm talking about who was the people talking about?
Casey Hill.
There you go.
Casey definitely was that man.
Yeah, he was that dude down there.
He definitely was.
He was from there, from Florida.
Yeah, he from Florida. He from Tallahassee, I believe.
Hey, so how did you feel when cause you at first you was getting all the men. You never came out the game.
Yeah.
And then when that Australian kid showed up, they started to play out together, split minutes. And how you feel? How did that affect? Did it motivate you? I gotta really be on my game. Or was it kind of like, man, they gonna play this young boy?
It still motivated me.
Yeah.
Cause it's I wasn't even, come on, bro. Now that I'm just a lot more mature about it, it's bro, my whole backstory of where I come from, like these dudes don't even ain't. I know everybody got struggle, but they ain't coming from where I'm coming from. So it was like, at the time, like I already know what it is, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like they ain't really built like me. They ain't really got nothing to do with talent or somebody being better. It was just you got this young guy that's a #1 pick.
Yeah.
They already knew, like it was already. They already knew what they was gonna do, but he ended up doing like 2 more years and went #1.
Yeah.
So this was like it wasn't nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Like
they had to play.
They had to, bro. You had Kyrie Johnson was the #1 center. You had Casey Hill was the #1 point guard. D'Angelo Russell was the #1 shooting guard.
Yeah.
Then I was top 100.
Yeah.
I moved from 95 all the way to 35, and they ain't put me in no camps.
Yeah.
I did that all off the muscle. No like politician, nobody like, playing the room for me and stuff like that. But it ain't really bother me. I was cool, bro.
Yeah.
I was cool because, the space was cool. So I wasn't really tripping. I'm like, because at one point, I used to watch these dudes.
Yeah.
Like, AAU, this is my peers. So we at the same AAU tournaments, and they talking about, I don't know who, each one teach one.
Yeah.
And then who else? I think it was Team Florida or something like that. So
Yeah,
they was always winning national championships. So we on the sideline, I'm watching them. So when I actually got to get in that space, I was like, I'm loving it. I ain't really even like tripping because it was so kosher the way I was being
Did y'all
treated.
like hang and kick it and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, bro, we was in dorms.
Yeah.
That's all we could do was kick it, eat ramen noodles all day, and Cheez-Its.
Did that force y'all to grow? Because everybody was elite at their position, different cities. It's like a school AAU team. Did that force y'all to grow fast, being that y'all had to play together with nobody like the man? Did that force y'all like, all right, now I got to put my egos to the side. Now we got to, because earlier we talked about egos. Now, did that force y'all to just grow and mature fast?
I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, but you could, like, it wasn't a day that you can take off, though. Like, I had to guard the card sometimes, and he was 7 foot, 260. Then, you know what I'm saying? He had to guard me, too, but it wasn't, you can't take no days off. Like, it was every day we was hooping. So more of not more of an ego thing or anything like that, but it was like it wasn't no fall off, and it can be anybody night. So it was more of just like, you don't even think about it. I don't know, bro. When you get to this level of like professionalism, you don't even like think about, that stuff. I just be like, dang, like it inspired me to like, I want to go out there and get it too. So if you can go out there and get it, and you going out there and get it, and I can get it at the same way, that's how we won a national championship. So,
well, how was it, man? Because I went to this game, but how was it leading up to the game when y'all faced your boy Parker and Simmons? Like, did y'all think it was gonna be like a tough one, or like what was the thought process behind that game, if you remember?
but Jabari was live.
I was there.
He was. You know what I'm saying? At that time, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was the one that was supposed to be like the one.
So do you know the first 2 plays of the game that happened, right?
I dunked the ball or something.
Yeah, but then he came down and got you a back three. You had to do because you was guarding.
That was my that was the
matchup for you.
They tried to play me, brother. That's what I'm saying, bro. Everything been off the muscle, bro. They tried to play me like who gonna guard Jabari? I'm like, bro, what is y'all talking about? I'm guarding Jabari. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they like, I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I got him, and but we was so good that we end up having a little moments where we traded bashes with each other, but we just started blowing them out.
Y'all won by 30.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there mad. I was mad. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm like, it's a 30 piece.
Because they only had him and the guy White.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He was another guy named White that played that was pretty
But
good.
that let me know, after that game though, it let me know that you was at a good school with good people, bro, because after the game, the teams and the people who came like to support the players, we all got to eat in the room, and then like when your boy Parker came in there, if you weren't with like a real live like player, you had to get out because ESPN was behind him. It was a whole line all the way down the hall to sign for your boy Parker to sign autographs. He ain't signed not one. Dev, Casey Hill, D'Angelo Russell talking to me for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And they out there signing autographs, bro, till the last kid was there. And I'm like, dang, these dudes really understand the process of being great, being a superstar. And I went to D'Angelo Russell camp with my son this past summer, and I talked to him about that. He still remember that.
Yeah.
So it was what's up, man.
That's what's up.
Let me ask you a question real quick. So you went down there, right, to Mount Vernon and stuff like that. But how was it when you started getting those, like, I remember I got it on my Instagram from like 2013 or something. You got that NBA Camp 100, all that stuff. Like, how did you feel when you started receiving those letters and those special invites and stuff like that?
Bro, I don't know, bro. I mean, I wasn't really embracing it, bro. I wasn't as confident as I was, like how I am now versus like when I left. Like, I really never really get my confidence and see what I was doing until I left college, bro, and like really start living life and being a professional. Like, I was going off of work.
Yeah.
Like, my work was the reason that I was receiving scholarships, going to these camps, and all of that. So I was just like, oh, this come with the game. Like,
did you know you was going up against other like future NBA pros, future NBA max players? Cause it's a picture that I got somewhere where it's you and Julius Randle next to each other. Y'all battling it out at the camp, or it might have been an AAU game, but like, did you know like that you was in a space where like we all could be pros?
Yeah, I knew it, because I was, like I said, I always been for coming up. I was always on the outside looking in. Like, we played against Cincinnati Lakers. We played twice, 6 in the nation. We had lost to them once in nationals by 3. I fouled out, but like I just knew, like, yeah, bro. Like, this the space.
Yeah.
Like, you got Julius Randle, Casey Hill, Book, D'Angelo. Like, I was in that space, so I knew. I was definitely aware. I was already aware, like, yeah, like, I'm around these dudes, But, I think the most important part, even to this day, like, it's cool to be here. It's great because it's my city, but like being able to get away and stay around them guys is very, very important. Like, it's definitely a thing of like surrounding yourself around them guys though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's needed, bro. Like, you can help people and bring them up to your level, but it's a lot easier to adapt when everybody else, a lead around you. You think it'd be a big gap of these dudes that's, making all this money and doing all these great things, but it's just like you gotta put yourself in that space, and that stuff just come with the territory. Yeah. Like, they knew they was gonna be pros, like NBA players, because they was all hanging around NBA players. So it'd be easier to, feel like an NBA player, like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was cool, bro. It was real cool. I definitely, there's a lot of great things that came out of, going prep. But my whole thing has always just like working hard, bro. I always worked hard, and now I got the mental part. I actually, since I'm here, I started a business with my mom. It's called Williams Health and Wellness, and she been cooking for the past 20 years around the city, different restaurants and stuff like that.
Instagrams, where can they find it?
Yeah, well, at the moment is you can follow me at God's Body. It should pop up at God's Body. But she been cooking for the last 20 years, so just find a way to not just be like, here, Mom, I got money, because that's what you're supposed to do, take care of the family, but a way to, make it all make sense. So she been on the road personal chefing for me, and, plant-based clean eating and stuff like that. So now I'm more just working on the diet, working on my mind, And then now I'm back on the court, so I'm getting the body like going in the right direction again. So it's like, bro, it's the mental. You know, this it's definitely the hard work. You know what I'm saying? Them late nights, stuff like that. But you gotta like, it's here, bro. It's like literally here.
Do you think it's mental for Ben Simmons? Have you ever seen him shoot a jump shot at Mount Vernon?
Yeah, it's mental, bro. And then he ain't really work. Ben Simmons ain't never, man. I don't just say it how it is, but he ain't never really worked on his game though.
They always say that, so the report's true. Like, he really don't be on that.
Bro, them dudes, some of them dudes just got it. That's like the way what Ben like has is like, it was God given, like far as being able to handle the ball like he do. Like, cause I don't even think when he came over he was really playing basketball in Australia. I think it was it's like you hear a lot of them stories like he picked up the basketball and he just started like, you know what I'm saying? And it was boom, like bring him over. You know what I'm saying? So I think he worked on his game just because he in that space, but I don't think he really worked on his game, bro. Like some of them dudes got it mentally, like they really be believing in themselves and who they are. But I mean, I think he could shoot, bro. I just don't think he worked on it enough.
Right. You say you want to get as far away as possible. You went to school in Florida, but didn't have no Florida schools on your final auditions. You did?
Yeah, I did. I didn't have none on my final, but I had every school in Florida wanted me to come. I was like, bro, I don't want to be in Florida, because I was down there and that let me know I ain't want to be. That's what the test was, going to prep, like let me know how far I really wanted to be away from school. Because I was thinking about UCLA. And then they had got into that Shabazz Muhammad thing, and then I was just like, I was homesick, but I knew I didn't want to be too close to home. So West Virginia made like tons of sense for me because it wasn't like crazy away, but it was away. You actually took it. I know, bro. I was about to say that. I was about to say that. I know. Nah, man, this dude, bro. These dudes don't know. This is my brother. Hey, this is my big brother, bro.
Hey, but look, what I was about to say a couple of things. I was about to say, one, I thought, and I kind of biasly wanted for you to go to Ohio State. I thought you was going to Ohio State because, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and I just kind of thought that was the best fit. Yeah. But why did you choose to go to West Virginia? Like, what's your real reason? I'll tell you the reason what you told me, but I want you to say, like, your reason.
I mean, because, like I said, I didn't want to be too close to home. I mean, you know, like, bro, I'm really a neighborhood kid. So me going to UC or Xavier, I probably would not have made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. Like, so I just had to cancel that out, especially with me just, like I said, bro, I was just going through a lot of changes around my family. So I'm like, you know, and then me going to O State, I don't know, bro. I was thinking about all the wrong things, bro. Cause I'm like, if I go to O State, bro, my mom and them would knock on my door, like they just gonna pop up, bro.
They'd be up there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they would pop up, don't call, none of that. So I'm like, bro, that's one of the reasons. But I wanted my original reason that I went to West Virginia because I wanted to come down and play in the Big East. Yeah. I grew up watching the Big East, so it made sense because West Virginia was still in the Big East and they was playing UC, so I would have been able to come down one and then they would have came up, so it was supposed to make sense, and then they moved to the Big 12. But I don't know, what I said my reason was
what you told me, you said my mama grew up on Bob Huggins.
Yeah,
so she was heavily invested in getting you to
go
with Bob Huggins.
Yep, that too.
So we got a couple cool facts. Did you know that you still are the third leading rebounder as a freshman in the Big 12 behind Joel Embiid, and you still hold the second most rebounds for a freshman behind Joel Embiid?
No.
You know that?
No.
How was life in West Virginia? Because, you know, to me, when I think about West Virginia, I mean, if I hadn't been there, I would think it's just mountains and country roads, as I talk about. But how was life of a student athlete at West Virginia?
Bro, I was a square, bro.
I know.
I wasn't doing that much, and I had a lot of power, like. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, bro, it's like college, bro. You get to, you get to experience the party, and you get to, like the the benefits of like just walking in. We can say it now. We was walking in getting free food. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like we weren't paying for haircuts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like half off on shoes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Stuff like
love,
that. So
yeah.
it's like it was love. Like it was like everything was catered around us as long as we weren't like, you know, messing up nothing. But for me, bro, like I didn't really start. I'm telling you, bro. I didn't really start having fun until my junior year when I actually had hired an agent and, you know, stuff like that. So, bro, I just always been like focused and like I was only taught one way, and it was like if I work hard, you know, I saw the stuff that was coming out of it. So, bro, when I got to West Virginia, bro, I just left Mount Verge, so I was thinking about the NBA.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave my second year of West Virginia.
Hey, I think I got a funny story about when you left too. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I think the smartest thing that you probably did up there, and I don't know if it was your power or you know your mom, but I think one of the best things that happened to you up there was your mom, getting the spot up there, the apartment. Because I remember after one of the big games I was at, and I stayed the night. I remember waking up the next morning, and all the Virginia players in there, your mama cooking for everybody, eating cereal, and like it was just like she became like the team mom, and she always made sure y'all had stuff to eat, and she was looking out for y'all. I think that was real smart, a real smart idea.
Yeah, that's why I got her with me now, because it's just like, you know, that's mom's, and like it's needed, bro. Like, she cold in that kitchen.
Yeah.
She like really, really, really nice, bro. And I got her doing this plant-based, like, you know, plant-based eating. So let me break that down. Plant-based, bro, it's nuts, grains. You know, it ain't just like plants, like, but it is a lot more fruits, vegetables, juices, stuff like that. So I've been putting a spin on what she usually cook, and she's starting to like implement all of the things that I've been building with her with, and putting the same flavor and style into it. So it's like she cold with it, bro. So
You gonna bring us a sample, bro? I've been telling you that.
I know, man.
She gonna give me the what is it, the recipe. I'm like, bro,
I want the thing.
He got what was it, walnuts or mushroom, something looking like chicken tenders, bro.
It's good that he broke that down, because when most people hear plant-based, they think you eating seaweed or something like that. So it's good that it's not just plants, it's other stuff that comes
Fruits,
with that.
vegetables, nuts, grains, oats, you know what I'm saying, juices, you know what I'm saying, you feel better, bro. You just and it's a journey, bro. Like I said, I wouldn't sit here and say that, I haven't had no meat this month. I'm not gonna eat no meat this month, but I'm still like working my way into like a full plant-based, you know, diet. So I wouldn't sit here and say you might not catch me eat some chicken one day, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, bro, like I be like straight and narrow with it, because it's just as much as it is about these kids going out here, bro, working hard, doing stuff that you don't want to do, you know, bro. It's very important to like make sure you stretching your body, make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you staying after and getting shots, you know, you doing things for your mental, you know, you know, man, like, you know, investing in yourself all the way, you know. That's what I'm big on.
All right, let me go back to before you left West Virginia. It was Easter. It was Easter Sunday, man. We down in the hood, and you talking about you might leave, right? And so it's like me, Jeff, a couple other guys in the hood. We talking like, bro, you know, if you stay, then you gonna be the Big 12 Player of the Year. You gonna be this, you gonna be that, and you like, all right, yeah, man. You know, I might stay. And we talking, we having a good time. So I'm somewhere. I think I'm at work.
Yeah.
You went back to school that night, I guess. But I'm at work, and I get an update from ESPN, and it said, Devin Williams has declared for the NBA. I'm like, what? What would it take that decision for you to go out and leave, man?
Bro, my first agent, man, he the way I ain't know, bro. Like, I mean, you did things for me when I was growing up, just, you know, whatever I needed and stuff like that. But I ain't really had no male role model to tell me what was the right decision to make. My decision always been based off of doing it for my family. So it was like,
I remember you said that about you need some money.
So, you know, I wasn't thinking about. I don't know, bro. My mindset always been not just the money, but like get there so I could take care of my family.
Yeah.
Like, I always been big on, like, I'm doing this to take care of my family. I'm going to change, the things around me to help my family. So that was one of the reasons. And then when I was talking to my agent, it wasn't much more that I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, other than go back to school, go win a national championship,
Dominate,
big year, of the, 12 of the year, which I can't take back. But if I would been happy to, I would have just stayed and enjoyed college, bro.
Yeah.
Like, enjoyed it. Like, it was bigger than I didn't even realize it. But that was a great life lesson for me, because when I left, I went from playing 30 minutes a game, bro, to sitting on the bench, like, 2 months later. Like, you don't really realize how quick that transition is from college straight to the pros.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't even, bro. We was flying private everywhere. I thought I was gonna leave school and still be flying private.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't none of that.
You went straight to the summer league.
I did summer league, and then that's when I went to Australia.
Yeah.
And when I went to Australia, I had real life professionals that have been playing professional ball, not college ball, professional ball for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So, like, you was good in college. Now you got this grown man. You gotta you starting over. Like, now you gotta start from the ground level once again. Take what you learn in college, take what you learn in high school. That's why it's important, bro. Like, to do the stuff you don't want to do, make that stuff a habit. So when you do get out here and they offer you, 40 to 50 bands a month to play, you got the habits to sustain. Cause when I got out, bro, it messed me up. I was over there. I went from playing 30 to only playing 3 games that year.
Yeah.
Going home to my crib in Australia and watching my basketball team in an NCAA tournament. They was like, they had cracked like top 4 in the nation that year and lost to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Gonzaga, and I was sitting on the couch watching Gonzaga, bro.
Yeah.
2 months later. So that, like, and I was like going through it, bro. But that's where I found that, like, that mental part, like, cause that was a big, like, change, like, but it all worked out, bro.
Is that when the next year did they make the rule where you could go back? That was the next year.
The next year they made the rule where you can go back to school. So.
And how was the NBA summer league experience? Was it like, did it feel like you was in the NBA, or did it feel like you was playing AAU?
I haven't really had that great of NBA summer league experiences, to be honest. I mean, I was with my first agent. I had 2 agents. I'm with the same one that I was before I left my first agent. But I was optimistic where I was ready to play, but them guys be put first. You get the draft picks.
Yeah.
Cause Thon Maker.
You went with the one dude. What's the one dude from Duke with he played for the Kings with the little fro? What's his name?
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
He was real with them. And then I remember you played with the Boston Celtics when they had Kyrie. What was it, the preseason?
Yeah, now that was probably when I did Boston Celtics training camp. That was probably my favorite, like, moment. Mm-hmm. I didn't do summer league with them, but I did training camp. So that story was crazy because I went down there at a trial because they was trying to play me, dog. People was trying to, like you said, bro. Like, I'm, however you say it, but, like, I'm nice, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Underrated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? However you look at it, like, I got a type of game to where you don't know how real it is until you play me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, when I went down to the trial for the NBA G League team, I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I'm gonna go down here and trial for the NBA G League team.
Yeah.
So they had us up at like 6:30 in the morning before the the actual NBA team came in.
Yeah.
So them dudes did it. We finished practice, and they was just doing open gym. They got some shots up, and then they started doing open gym. And I forget who sat down or what happened. Somebody sat down, and the whole gym got quiet, like, who want to play?
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, me. So I get on the court, and Baines guard me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Baines.
Not Devin.
Aaron Baines.
Oh, Aaron Baines.
Yeah, he was with the Celtics for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in.
But he was guarding me. And I just like, bro, like, I don't know. I ran off like 2 games in a row. I was running them off on him.
Yeah.
Cause he was like, you know what I'm saying, he playing drop like. He think I'm about, cause I'm a big guy too and I'm strong, but I don't necessarily have to bump with you though.
Yeah.
I only get the bumping when you want to bump.
Yeah.
Like I can just, you know, I do it, bro. So I'm out there, I'm killing them, bro. I mean, killing them, bro. I was killing Thon Maker too.
Yeah.
I be out here doing these dudes bad. That's why I'm blessed, and I can't wait to get back on the court again to perform and take it even further. But like when I did that, bro, I did that when I was there. I was killing Aaron Baines, bro. And then the open gym was over. My little tryout was over and stuff like that. They called me like 3 days later and was like, yeah, we want you to come to training camp. And I was like, dang. Went down there, and then you know I was chopping it up with Kyrie. I got a chance to talk to Kyrie, and he helped me a lot too. With just the brief conversations that I had with him, and one of the things he was just talking about was the mind, like the mental, you know, the mental part of the game, and he helped me out, and I've been going ever since. But I think that was my best moment, so far my best moment dealing with the NBA when I did training camp. That was dope.
How was it? What would you say? Like, how comparable are the NBA G League and like overseas? Is it close or is it way different?
No, I think it's
Like
the same.
talent-wise.
I think it's the same. They just ain't paying no money.
Yeah. Yeah, the G League ain't paying no money.
They ain't paying no money, bro. You probably walk away with 80 grand, and that's before taxes and stuff like that. You know, when you can go overseas, which is it's like the trenches, bro. You gotta really grind for your bread.
Yeah.
But you know, they giving out, you know, half of tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
350, $250,000, you know, 100 grand, 150,000
For like 6 months.
for like 10 months.
10 months.
It's a 9-10 month season depending on how good you go through the playoffs and stuff like that. So it's like 9 to 10, but it ain't no difference, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like some dudes don't want to go over there, some dudes do. Some dudes, you know, still got that mindset of like I'm about to make it to the NBA, so I'm gonna stay in their eyes with it.
Yeah.
But I think it's all the same, bro.
What's your worst experience overseas? Like, what was like the time you like, man, I gotta get out of here?
This one.
What happened?
This one, bro.
What happened?
Cause man, I mean, it was spiraling for me, like it just kept like adding up. So I had did something to my foot in a scrimmage, and our schedule had just dropped of all the teams was gonna play, and we was playing like our first 3 games was like versus the top 2 teams in Turkey, and the team was panicking, like, cause I'm the big man, and they was like, when you gonna be back? Cause they would try to rush you, bro.
Oh yeah, they want you to recover all the way.
Like when you getting back, like how long you gonna think it's gonna take? And I'm like, no, like I need to go to the foot doctor, like. Go to the foot doctor. He told me, "Oh, you'll be all right. And this, take this."
He working for them.
Working for them, bro. So I'm compensating on my foot, so I'm putting a lot of pressure on this right leg, and then I strain my calf, and then
your right leg.
Yeah, my right calf. So it just kept like progressing. Like I couldn't catch up with the season because the season just started rolling, bro, and they wouldn't paying me no attention.
Yeah.
And they just won a championship too.
Turkey?
Yeah, they play in 2 different leagues. They played in the I can't remember the name. FIBA Euro Cup.
Yeah.
It's a couple different divisions. You got FIBA Euro Cup, Champions League, Euro Cup, and Euro League. So it's like it's a good league. I ain't gonna knock it, but yeah, they just won that. But they weren't taking care of me, man.
Yeah.
They weren't taking care of me. And it was horrible, bro. But that's the most important part was it like, man, you gotta have your mental right. Cause I had to pull the plug.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
do you have like a contract or you just can go?
yeah, I had a contract, so my agents and them made sure, you know, whatever I can settle for before I got out of there. But I just told them because it was a disservice, like, you know, like it as much as we like, you know, we work for a living, it's like you have to sit back and continue to realize, like, bro, I am the value.
Yeah.
So like, I had to be like, dang, I don't want to like miss these bands, but is it worth missing another 2 years or doing something worse? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, I'm gonna just come home, and I had to just like, I just been like reset. I like reset mentally, physically, and like mentally. So I think this was I haven't had too many like bad experiences, bro. They've been all good for me, to be honest. I don't try to look at them as like it ain't no such thing as failing. It ain't no bad experiences, bro. You need them.
Yeah.
So it's like that shit like mold me, bro. So I just be like, next time I'm in situations, I just know how to play it better. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think I had no bad experience, bro. I've been some great places, bro.
What's the craziest thing you've seen over there? Because I done interviewed a lot of players overseas. I done heard like live food on the plate. I done heard smoking in the gym. I done heard like, what's the craziest thing you done seen? Like, man, where in the world?
I don't know, bro. They don't be wearing deodorant, dog. They'll be wearing deodorant, bro. I don't know though. For real, dog. Every day though. It's every day too. And they be washing up. They wash their body with shampoo.
Hold on, what we talking about? What is that? Just everywhere? Is Australia? Is Turkey?
Europe.
Europe?
They washing their head. They washing their body with the shampoo.
Yeah, that's different.
The 3-in-1. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know, bro. When you be overseas, bro, you gotta have your mindset on while you over there, bro. Cause you get to paying attention to some other stuff, bro. That stuff will throw you off.
Hey, was everything bigger in Australia for real though? Like the bugs and that, like that.
Yeah, they flies was off the chain. They flies was off
they
the
said
chain,
everything was
bro.
bigger in Australia.
They flies was off the chain.
But did it look good out there? Like, what's the scenery and stuff? Like, you like, dang, I'm out of the country, man. Like,
yeah,
like,
bro,
do you appreciate
I was
those
in
moments?
Melbourne, bro.
Yeah.
I was in Melbourne, bro. I was in Melbourne. I even told the story of how it went down, but like, bro, I was like 5 minutes walking from the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my own whip.
Yeah.
They was paying for some of my groceries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? You can't lose, bro. And I'm getting paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, I was stressing. Like I said, I was stressing because I went from playing one way and then not playing. And then I was like, I had to put it in perspective. Like, bro, you're still getting paid. You living in, like, one of the best places that you can live. You know what I'm saying? Eating good. Hey, relax, bro. You doing what you can. So I just started enjoying it. Australia was dope, bro. I was just in Korea, too. I like Korea. I was in Seoul.
Yeah.
But that was pandemic, but that still was live.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite place is Australia, though.
Yeah.
China was vicious. Yeah, for real.
China was vicious?
I did 21 days. I did 21 days in quarantine, bro.
There's a trillion people in China too.
Yeah, I did 21 days, and they weren't playing.
Like, you ain't going
You
outside.
get like a lottery ticket, bro. Like,
To come out?
Nah, like, so when you get there, you gotta sign all this stuff, and then, I don't know how they did it, bro, but they just, you pick from a hat and you get a number and that's the hotel you gotta stay at.
Dang.
So regardless of how far you actually gotta go, that's the hotel you
This
gotta
during
go.
pandemic.
During pandemic.
Wow.
That was tough. Took like 4 tests, 21-day quarantine. I went to jail. I was in jail, bro.
Now, you played for a Hall of Fame coach. What's some jewels that you think Bob Huggins taught you that that you would have applied like to the rest of your career?
I think he just already had the tangibles, so I think he just added and enhanced it. Like, I already had a motor, but he made my motor go even stronger. He had a representation, a big man, so I already knew how to rebound the ball, but he showed me a couple tricks to help me enhance rebounding the ball better. I think his whole program, because a lot of people don't make it through that program, bro. I think he showed me how to be resilient, like through adversity. I think he does a great job with kids that does finish his program, because everybody want to go to the NBA, you know. But, you know, the difference be like, bro, when you leave college, a lot of these kids don't even getting no job.
Yeah.
And then it don't go the way you thought it was going to go, and you just quit. And when I first came out, a lot of stuff didn't go the way that I wanted to go, but because he was so, like, big on toughness and being resilient and working harder than that. Like, we practiced for 3 hours every day, bro. So when I was getting an hour and a half practice, I'm like, what's up? Like, let's get some more work.
Yeah.
So that's why it's allowing me to, like keep going. I think that's one of the key things that he like instilled. Like, bro, you gotta know how to work. Like, cause like you wouldn't, like, I mean, like, he is a Hall of Fame coach. He is like the third winningest coach out of all the coaches.
Yeah.
But he don't get the same publicity.
He don't.
If you look at it, he underrated.
Yeah.
Right.
But guess what? He built it brick by brick.
Yeah.
And it's like, you might not agree or he underrated, but when you see him in the streets, you gonna respect him. So I think that's one of the big things did, bro. Like, it instilled for me to, like, just, like, be able to go through stuff and keep going through it, bro, and outwork the competition, because that's what he was big on, bro.
You
Like,
think Huggs was down to earth, like a down to earth type of guy? Like, I mean, because I remember when y'all came to the city, I forgot what it was for, and y'all was eating at Montgomery Inn. Remember that? And he let us all come up there and just get food.
Yeah.
we broke, we got no money, but he let us all eat, shake his hand. You know, like Huggs seemed like a really cool dude.
yeah, I mean, he been, you know, in the right context with it, but he been dealing with, you know, young black men all his life.
Yeah.
So he understands us. You know, he not, you know, he didn't deal with everything, bro. Like, cause he was here at UC, and that's when Mount Narvin was Mount Narvin, and all that. So dudes was really like that.
Yeah.
So we had our ways of how we was getting in trouble and stuff, but like far as the group that I came in, bro, we was easy to deal with. So it was easy for him to just, you know.
Did y'all start that Press Virginia wave, or was that like right before you got there, like it was already in motion? Because I remember you telling me about the one of the worst conditions was on that treadmill.
Yeah, fact.
So did y'all start that Press Virginia wave, or was that right before you?
No, we started at my sophomore year.
Yeah.
That's when Aaron Harris and everybody had transferred out and went to Michigan State and a couple different places, and then yeah, that's when we started it. We started that year because they brought in so many different new pieces.
Yeah.
Because that was my freshman year. And that's when he went to the NIT.
Yeah.
And bruh sat up there on that balcony and was like, this is exact words, like, I never have another motherfucking year like that again. Like, if you don't want to be here, go ahead and get up out of here because we about to get to it. Like, and all these guys started rolling in, like Jonathan Holt and who else we had? I think Elijah had just got cleared. Like, we just had the way the team they had put together was like, it was built for that Press Virginia stuff.
Yeah. Was you surprised that Javon Carter made it to the NBA and like kind of still sticking around? He's still in there right now.
I hope that you enjoyed this interview. Press that button right there. Press the subscribe button for your chance to win free CourtSide TakeOver apparel. A shirt of your choice. Even a hat. So, thanks for listening to the podcast. Hope that you press that button I said and subscribe. Enjoy.
He did that extra year.
Yeah.
You know, like he was one of the he was the top defensive player of the year, 2 years in a row.
He was at the head of the press.
Yeah.
You know, so it played out the right way, bro. I think it just played out the right way. He
just found a
stepped
role
through the course.
Yeah.
And he in the NBA now because he plays a role.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I couldn't see it offensively. Like he was always like good, cause college, in college he was always good.
Yeah.
But I never thought that he'd make it to the NBA. But like now in the NBA, you see he plays role, defense, and
Pat
just a backup.
Bev, he got a Pat Bev. Well, you gotta give credit to Pat Bev and the guy that's the new dude that played for New Orleans.
Yeah, Alvarado, something. Yeah,
Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
No, so you gotta, them. That's the type of, that's why he able to, make it through because he has like that's a niche, that's like wanted. Like he gonna come off the bench and he gonna start like he gonna get right and just do that and sit like he don't really it don't bother him that much, but. I was surprised.
Let me chime in and ask you. So you spoke on you wanting to leave West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke on. He said. So did your mom play a big factor in you staying? Like her being able to come down and support you physically and mentally. Did that play a big role?
Yeah, I was. She wanted me to stay, bro. I was stubborn, dog. She wanted me to stay. I just wasn't. She definitely played a big role. She always played a big role on at least giving her opinion, a thought. But she wanted me to stay, bro. I didn't really I didn't understand it, bro. I was young, dog. Like I'm just like I want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? But if it was able to rewind, like I would have did the senior night. I didn't think about senior night, like how dope that really
Walking across
is to
that
do.
last game.
You know what I'm saying? She deserved that. Like,
And then like the little kids, you remember the kids gravitated? The little dude had the dolls with the glasses.
I had something going on, bro.
If you had the NIL deal, you would have been some money.
I would have been a millionaire.
Oh, the little kids rocking the
Nah, bro, they had the little doll with the.
But yeah, she played a big role, bro.
All right, let me ask you this: why is Devin Williams not in the NBA right now?
Few more moves, just a few more moves. I gotta be patient, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's a continue to get better thing. It's like what's meant is gonna happen at the right time.
Yeah.
And
do you feel like the game, the style of the game changing kind of like pushed you back a few years? Like, cause it used to be more get the ball to the big, let the big create, and there's also some myths on you too, thinking that you just like a back to the basket big.
Yeah.
So do you think like the style of the game changed? You think that changed like your trajectory to make it to the NBA quicker, or?
I think, bro. I think it's like they said. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
So like I'm literally like one relationship away, of my whole life could change, just like that. But as far as that go, bro, it's like just being patient on it. So like, I these next 2 years, because I'm 27, I want to actually get somewhere where I get a long-term deal and I can actually like sit down and grow.
Yeah.
And I have to get in a space on a team where I can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like allowing things just to play out the way they play out, but I think I could be there in the next 2 years.
So is NBA even your goal, or is your goal just to be somewhere where you can root yourself as a basketball player and you can make a good amount of money and support your family, or is the NBA still the top goal?
I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm all about team. I'm all about, sacrifice. I'm all about, doing what's better for the common good. But I don't want to be in a position where I'm sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I just don't. And I hate to say that because that sounds like very selfish and egotistic. But at the end of the day, bro, is you got to be where you celebrate it.
Yeah.
Like at this like point in my career, hell yeah. Like if they call right now, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But it has to be somewhere where I want it. Not just want it, but like celebrate. I'm gonna give you a chance. Like, cause I've been in situations like where the team wants you and they do everything in their power to make sure your space is good for you to be creative. And then you go to another place where they don't want you to be creative. They just want you to be there and be stiff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just had to be patient on stuff like that, bro. And the most important part is just going where you celebrate it, bro. Like, the NBA is the NBA, and that's the top league in the world. But, bro, you got to think, like, bro, I ain't never been, it's like, have you ever been to Turkey?
Nah, I ain't never been out of the country.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's live, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's real live. Like, that's real fun. Like, that's boss. That's boss stuff, bro. Like, yeah, like, I got it. Like, you know, I think about moving overseas sometimes. I was in Spain.
I think that's good. I think that's good for like younger hoopers coming up to here, like, because all we see is what we see over here. We see the NBA, and that's the top level. But I mean, you know, the game, even at a young age, becoming more about politics, who you know, who you play for, what shoe company you gonna play under, stuff like that. So when you hear somebody that's been there and done that, you get to travel the world. It's everybody's dream, or a lot of people's dreams, is to travel. Right? You get to travel the world, play a game you love, and get paid hundreds of thousands, maybe even $1 million here and there. But I think people need to hear that it's still, you could be a pro and not play in the NBA.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, bro, it ain't, bro. It's like 32 teams, 300 guys or something like that. Like it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
Some people, like, you know, the momentum, like, you know, the Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
He fits the program of what they like.
Yeah.
He run all day, he jump and block shots.
Yeah.
Then you got Darius, he's 6'8",
Yeah.
handling the ball, you know, athletic. So they fit that style of how they body type is. But, you know, like, bruh, match me up against them, it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah.
You know, it don't really be. It's like it's the same thing. Like somebody putting on a Louis belt. Now you think he important. You know, like, you know, you gotta kind of like. And I still work on that, but you gotta break away from looking at stuff like that. Like, bro, that stuff don't mean nothing, bro.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, and they be like, it's a long. You can go on and on, bro. But they know when they see me.
Yeah.
Like, everybody know me.
Let's transition into the NBA. It's a game going on right now. You been keeping it up? Who's your picks?
Man, bro, I had Philly. I thought Philly was gonna just end up at least making it to the next
You can
round.
put a fork in James Harden. You think he done?
Nah, bro, he just going through some challenges, dog. He's been switching teams. You know what I'm saying? Since Houston, it's just been tough. You know, so I think if he is gonna stay in Philly, they have a great year next year. Danny Green just went down. Condolence to him, but bruh, he ain't doing nothing.
Nah,
I heard somebody said he had like a good game. What was the game he just lost? Game 6?
He won
game 5?
game 2 or something like
Yeah,
that.
one of them games was a couple shots.
Well, it's time for my takeover segment of the day. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, a couple fun questions. This is where we just get a little personal. We have some fun, get to know you a little bit. You can answer these as honest as you choose, or however you may please. So, best basketball shoe to play in your opinion?
I got the Paul Georges.
Paul George's, you got you. Dinner guests, 5 people, dead or alive. Who you taking? Not including yourself. So 6 people at the table, including you.
Hey, Erykah Badu, Kanye West.
Good one, okay.
I say Jay-Z. Dang, but that's tough. I'm at 3 already.
2 more.
Get to thinking, boy. Who's single?
Well, you gonna have a headache talking with Erykah Badu and Kanye. I think I'll be talking about so much deep woke stuff.
Right.
Right.
I'll probably sit at the table with Kyrie. Why you say that?
Yeah, but he like, never mind. Go ahead. It's your table.
And I don't know, man. You seen Asia Marie, bro? You heard of her? I know you married. I'm sorry.
Adrian Marie, I'm married, man. I'm married, dude.
I
I don't look at
I gotta look your way. You heard her? I don't know, man. Something nice. Something nice. Something nice.
Narrow your principles down into 3 words.
Principles in 3 words. Dang, bro. Persistent. Faith. And mentality.
What Devin listening to in your AirPods? What's in your playlist?
Right now, man, free my boy Thug. I've been listening to some Thug, some Gunna. I was listening to some Tim's. What's wrong with you, bro?
Hey, I ain't associated with that. They get jammed up right now. I'm listening to gospel music.
Right. Nah, I've been listening to Tim's. You know who that is, right?
Nah,
The girl, y'all don't know who that
I know who that is.
I'm not familiar with Tim's.
Tim's. Oh, man. Y'all.
How you spell it? Like
Tetems.
T-E-M. I gotta get
Yeah, she nice.
She a rapper or like a singer?
She on that song with Future and Drake. You know, Future just dropped this album.
That Wait For You?
Yeah.
Okay,
She sing or
she sing?
Yeah.
Oh, I messed with R&B.
That's an actual song that she already did. They like mixed it in there.
Oh, okay, I gotta get here.
So,
I messed with the
yeah.
R&B vibe.
I listen to everything though. It be mood for me.
You going to the blacktop, you taking 5 people. Who you taking? It could be boys from the hood, it could be people you play with, anybody. You taking 5 people to the blacktop. Now yourself included in this one. So 4 other people.
Die line. What you mean? Like who I'm going to verse? Like what is it with blacktop? Like,
Yeah, you know the blacktop is different than the court. This the street. So we taking some rugged, it's like Rucker Park. Put it like that. You taking 5 people to Rucker Park. Who you taking?
If I could put a team together, is it local?
It could be local or people you play. It could be anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna go local because I know some good. I think we got
Okay.
some good, one-on-one players here. I'll probably take Jordan Crawford. I'll probably take AT. I like Tiante. Me. And who else? I need me a shooter. I'll probably take Cardo. Because Ricardo been on.
He just gave you. I just interviewed him. He gave you man's love too.
Yeah, Ricardo.
You was one of the players. I'm about to ask you the next question, but he picked you.
Yeah.
If you could play with anybody in the city, who would you play with?
Yeah, I play with Ricardo.
Yeah, he picked you.
Yeah. Ricardo, Jordan Crawford.
He's a defender too. I'm right here.
No, for me,
Look, we gonna put him in last 2 minutes.
Let me steal one from you, Des. Have you ever had a language barrier conflict? Like,
Bro, when I was in China, yeah.
That's a good one.
China messed me up. China was. I'm probably end up going back there if I'm not like league or something like that. I want to give it again but yeah, I had an actual. The coach didn't speak English, so I had a translator that ain't even speak English either.
So like, how did you get through the situation? What you
Bruh.
use Google Translate?
You just, man,
Basketball.
Yeah, it's basketball. So when you messed up and when you did good. Like it be more of that. Like
I mean, but you can understand the play because them X's and O's.
yeah.
Right?
So it's just like you be like, all right, everybody get in the huddle and you just pay. Bro, you get to this point. That's the only place China had a language barrier. Yeah, it was pretty tough in China.
Hilarious. You guys take up second question?
Nah, man, I ain't really got nothing, man. I ain't really got nothing else. I done said my spiel.
All right, man. I appreciate you for joining me, man. It's been good, man. It's been real good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's Devin. Hey, it's Big Dev, as we call him here, and it's another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver podcast, and we out.
Real big, real big. I know one day I would do it real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is feel is. Night.